Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're working with Node.js, especially as a student, you've probably run into some, let's call them frustrating version errors. Well, today, we're going to talk about the one tool that will solve those headaches for good and make your life so much easier. So, picture this. You're all fired up to start a new class project or contribute to some code you found online. You clone the repo, you run npm install, and bam! You hit this wall of red text screaming about an unsupported engine. It just completely kills your momentum, right? It's the worst.
And look, you are definitely not alone. This happens all the time. Why? Because different projects need different versions of Node.js. Your new side project might use all the latest and greatest features, but that big group project for class might rely on an older, super stable version, what we call a long-term support or LTS version. So what are you supposed to do?
Well, the old way of doing this was a total nightmare. You'd have to hunt down the right installer on the Node.js website, manually uninstall the version you have, install the new one, and then just cross your fingers and hope you didn't just break 3 other projects on your computer. It's slow, it's clunky, and it is not a good way to work. Thankfully, there is a much better way. Meet NVM. It stands for Node Version Manager, and it's here to save the day. All it is a simple tool for your terminal that lets you install and manage a bunch of different Node.js versions all at the same time. Forget about installers, forget about manually uninstalling anything. It's all handled with a few easy commands.
I love this analogy because it's spot on. Think of NVM as the remote control for your Node.js versions. Just like you'd switch channels on a TV, NVM lets you flip between different Node environments with one simple command. Need version 16 for this project? Click. Done. Need version 18 for that one? Click. Easy. It's that fast.
And getting started is surprisingly simple. You just copy this one curl command from the official NVM page on GitHub and paste it into your terminal. It handles the download and install for you. Now this next part is super important. You have to close your terminal window and open a new one. That's what loads NVM into your system. To make sure it worked, just type command-v NVM. If you see NVM pop up, congratulations, you're all set.
All right, now for the fun part. You really don't need to learn a ton of commands to use NVM effectively. Honestly, pretty much everything you'll do day to day comes down to just 3 core commands: install, use, and list. If you get these down, you've pretty much mastered NVM.
So first things first, we need to build our little library of Node versions. And to do that, we use the NVM install command.
Let's say your project needs Node 18. It's as simple as typing NVM install 18. NVM will grab the latest stable release of version 18 and set it up for you. You could even get super specific, like NVM install 14.7.0 if you needed to. Easy as that.
And check this out. As soon as it finishes installing, NVM is smart enough to automatically start using that new version. You don't have to do anything else. You're immediately ready to work in that new environment.
Okay, so you've got a couple of versions installed. What happens when you need to jump back to an older one for another project? Well, this right here is the absolute killer feature of NVM. The command is so intuitive. It's exactly what you'd think it is. NVM use 16. This tells NVM, hey, for this terminal session, I want to use Node version 16.
And boom, just like that, it's done. Your terminal is instantly running Node 16. You can literally jump between totally different project environments in seconds, not minutes of messing around with installers.
So, you've been installing a few different versions. How in the world do you keep track of everything you have on your machine? For that, we turn to our third and final core command.
You just type NVM ls. This shows you a nice clean list of every Node version NVM is managing for you. So what are we looking at here? See that little arrow? That's pointing to the version you're using right now, in this specific terminal window. And see where it says default? That's the version that will automatically be used anytime you open a new terminal.
Okay, so once you've got a handle on install, use, and list, you are ready for a real pro tip. This is going to automate your whole workflow and make you look like you really know what you're doing. We're going to use a special file to make version switching automatic.
The magic here comes from a tiny little file called .nvmrc. All it is a plain text file that you create and put in the main folder of your project, right next to your package.json file.
And what goes inside this magic file? It's literally just the version number your project needs. That is it. You can put a specific number, or even better, you can use an alias like LTS/gallium to say, I need this specific long-term support version.
Okay, so here's the payoff.
This is where it all comes together. Whenever you go into a project folder that has one of these .nvmrc files and just type nvm-use, NVM automatically finds the file, reads the version inside, and switches for you. It's incredible. This is an absolute game changer for working on teams because it guarantees everyone is using the exact same Node environment.
So let's bring this all home. Why is this so important for you? First, flexibility. You can work on any project you want no matter what version of Node it needs. Second, isolation. Updating Node for a new project will never ever break one of your old projects again. Third, easy onboarding. You can clone a new project for a class and you're up and running with the right environment in seconds. And finally, that .nvmrc trick makes your whole workflow professional and error-proof.
Look, by taking control of your Node environment with NVM, you're getting rid of one of the single most annoying roadblocks in development. You can now spend way less time fighting with your tools and way more time actually learning, creating, and building cool stuff. Your environment is ready to go, so the only question left is, what amazing thing are you going to build next?